Building for the future. By now you should have plenty of tools for bringing the richness of your local area into your classroom. The work that you do with your class will help to build up stewards of the landscape. This investment in the future of a place also contributes to the battle against nature deficit disorder, a term coined in the States which is becoming a feature of life throughout the world. Children just aren't getting outside as much, obviously due to a whole range of factors including fear. Parents' growing fear of stranger danger, which is heavily fueled by the media, keeps children indoors and on the computer rather than outdoors exploring. For some, there may also be a loss of natural surroundings locally. Many parks and nature reserves have restricted access and do not walk off the path signs, and even the children that do get out may be told, look but don't touch. While protecting the natural environment is important, what costs that protection on our children's relationship with nature? There is obviously also an increased draw to spend more time inside. With the advent of the computer, video games and television, children have more and more reasons to stay inside. The average American child spends 44 hours a week with electronic media, while in the 1980s, children spent 80% of their free time outside. Today, 90% of children spend less than 5% of their free time outside. Some of the effects include disconnect from nature, from animals and plants, increased ADHD and depression, decreased results in school, increasing obesity, and lack of natural light increasing myopia. On the positive side, some of the impacts of spending time outdoors include giving children a sense of empowerment, increased creativity, heightened empathy for animals, heightened connection with their local surroundings, healthier children both physically and mentally. So maybe start thinking, do you think your students would like to know more about the 3 kilometers around their school or home? Do you feel you could fit a lot of the activities in the podcasts and workbook into your curriculum? Do you have access to a local monument? Do you know of a local storyteller or musician that you could call upon to talk to the class? Is there a green area in your school that you could go on a bug hunt? Do you think your school is rich in built cultural and natural heritage? Using the podcasts and workbook resources, along with the variety of other aids which you can find locally or which Áitbheo can supply for those in the Burren, including our flagship magazine, Burren Field Guides, our website and newsletter, you are well equipped to put some, if not all, of these suggestions in practice. The ongoing Placebook project, which is detailed in the workbook, is an activity which can have great value and be adapted to your class's level and needs. The ongoing nature of the project means that there is more meaningful engagement over time. Obviously, taking as many field trips as you can to carry out the various activities and investigations will strengthen the experience. This doesn't have to be anything elaborate though. Even a trip to the field next door a few times to look at hedgerows can be rewarding. The final element, and perhaps one of the most important, is to consider the output from all of the work. A community showcase where the students get to show off what they've learned and the work they've done can be a really nice way to bring the learning back to the community and further increase the local sense of pride. It doesn't take too much work and is also a great experience for the students in presenting and public speaking. Over the past 10 years, the Áitbheo Trust have been carrying out their EcoBio programme in primary schools in the Burren. EcoBio is a great model for place-based learning, opening the eyes of the future custodians to the riches of their locality, and has provided the background for this course. Over the course of 20 weeks, tutors visit the schools and cover modules on landscape, built heritage, people of the past, biodiversity, culture, land use and conservation, similar to the modules you can now cover in your class. The programme includes the Placebook activity, field trips and the community showcase. Place-based learning can be used to cover a wide range of curriculum elements as shown for each of the modules, particularly in the science, history and geography strands. But don't forget, it can also be used in relation to numeracy, literacy, ICT, visual arts, music, drama, SPHE, PE and possibly many others. The following are a selection of the outdoor field trip activities which can be used and adapted to your place. More detailed explanations are given in the workbook. Sense meditation or exploration gets the children to try and use all their senses to explore their surroundings. The numbers game, where students need to find 1 of something, 2 of something else, 3 of something else and so on, hopefully increasing their observation. Scavenger hunts using teamwork and memory. The camera game, getting students to work well in pairs or teams, while taking a closer look at some perhaps overlooked elements of their environment. Owls and crows, which is a fun method to review learning. Find that rock or tree, building teamwork and observation. Bat and moth, a fun game about predators and prey and decreasing habitats. Bug hunts, showing the vast range of often overlooked insects in our environment. Fox and rabbit, another fun game involving use of senses in a way that animals might. So good luck and enjoy it. It will truly enrich the experience for you and your students.